Yo, what's good, fam? It's your boy Jamal Juke Jackson, and you may not know me, but by the end of this story, I promise you will. And man, it's been a long life for me, man. I've been in the hood all my life. And back in the day, let me tell you, I was all about football. Freshman, sophomore year, I was running up them stats. But man, let me tell you, junior year hit and I was lost, man. My mom, she was battling her demons, and I was left to fend for myself. So I did what I had to do, hustling odd jobs like peddling ice cream just to keep the lights on, man. But it wasn't just all about the money, yo. My relationship with my girl was on the rocks, always arguing and always fighting, man. I got tired of that. And when things got heated at home, I'd dip out, going into my old ways, hitting the streets. And I'm talking getting into fights, slinging dope. It was survival mode, you feel me? But going to sell dope one day, I knew this who I wasn't supposed to be. And running into this lady, she recognized me. She saw me in the newspapers back in the day when I was balling out. She asked me straight up, why'd you quit football? And bro, that hit me hard, man. It was like a wake-up call reminding me of the dreams that I could let slip away. So I made a choice, fam. I decided to leave the streets behind and get back on that grind, hitting the gym and getting my head right. It was time to reclaim my destiny. And man, when I tell you, I was so excited, getting on the road, just getting my head clear and said, it is the time that I go change my journey, change my style, appearance of who I am, and reach back out to my coach. Man, it's time to do it.
What's going on?
What's up, coach? I got some things I got to get off my chest.
Yeah, you got some stuff going on at home?
I mean, yes, man. My mom is a drunk. I want to play football. I need to get out the hood. And man, I don't know what to do.
Why you ain't call coach and let him know what's going on? You know, I could have got you to practice and got you to home, you know.
I lost my job and I went back to trapping.
Man, you got talent, son. I take you under my wing, get you out all that delinquency, and you go back to doing the same exact thing. You don't want to be great for yourself, Jamal. You got to want this.
After coach talked some sense into me, man, I finally made the decision. I'm gonna make it back to football, and I'm not gonna lie, when I told them that, it broke news. And I mean, they wanted to interview me, and Jamal Juke Jackson will be returning to football. And it will be time to change his life around. Back on the field, back chasing dreams. Ain't nothing gonna hold me back now. Going into my first game of the season against Vacaville, it was time that I showed them why I returned, and I'm gonna get my family out of the place that we're in. Jamal Juke Jackson trying to get that first down, but on 1st and 10, he has a read option, and he will, and he could go all the way 4-6, and he was fired up. I'm telling you, this boy is different. On 1st and 10, he hits that hole, and then as you can see, he breaks outside but gets tackled. On 1st and 25, he said he's gonna make something out of nothing. He could and he would go all the way 4-6. But coach wanted to try me out at all types of positions. He catch it out of the backfield and he kinda will breaking tackles and getting up that sideline, but getting pushed out of bounds. On 3rd and goal, he goes in with another touchdown. It's getting too easy for Jamal Juke Jackson. And he said on 2nd and 7, he could and he would. Oh man, made a mess and he could get up that field with bad intentions, but he will get brought down. Watching my teammate in the game, he wasn't doing nothing. I'm just better. And on 1st and goal, as you can see, he will go in again. He gets player of the game with his first game back with 5 total TDs. And guess what? Jamal picks up interest at halfback. Phew, I'm tired. After playing in that first game and absolutely balling out, Jamal Juke Jackson's body just wasn't ready for that. He was absolutely hurting. And coach asked me this question every day. Jamal, is you gonna actually stick with it, or are you gonna give up on me again like you did your junior year? And Jamal said, hey coach, I'm tired of you doing that, man. You don't know how it feels. I'm literally in the hood. I have nothing. My mom is not there for me. My dad, I don't have him. What do you want me to do? I told you when you gave me this opportunity, I won't let you down. Son, calm down. I understand. I know things might not be the best for you, man. But I will absolutely be by your side every step of the way, man. And just believe in your process. Things will start to go your way, and you will be able to get out of that hood. You will be able to get back to your Ma Dukes. Even though you don't have your dad, you gonna be able to do it, man. You're strong, Jamal. Don't give up. And after taking the advice from coach, we were up 41-0. Jamal went on and got player of the game with 5 total TDs, picking up a scholarship offer from UCLA, and being from LA, this is a dream come true. Man, pulling up the UCLA campus, I was already getting that college experience, man. They was treating me as I was at home, having a lot of food already prepared for me, literally giving me everything that I ever wanted. And seeing a kid kinda in the hallways, parents going to college, It was kind of crazy to me, if you ask me. But man, seeing all the national championships that they won and absolutely put me on a bus, touring me around the city, man, I actually enjoyed that. So I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this college visit. So let's see what's next for him. Man, I feel good. After absolutely touring the campus for the first time and receiving the scholarship offer and coach absolutely trying me out in different positions, this is going to be great. So going into the next game against San Diego, Jamal has started off with a 25-yard rush and they keep trying me out to the backfield and Jamal's not liking it. He can't catch the ball. And on 2nd and 10, he hits the hole and absolutely juke. Oh my man. 2nd and 10, he could and he would go all the way for 6. And on 1st and 10, he had a read option, but just look at that hole as everyone was blocking and he could go the distance. He will go all the way for 6. If you ask me, I don't see anyone facing Jamal in high school, but he drops another pass. I don't know why they keep throwing on the ball, but on 1st and 10, Jamal Juke Jackson is working his way into that end zone and 1st and goal hurdle. Man, Jamal is going insane. But on 2nd and 3, we have another read option. I made this defender miss and absolutely hitting it outside. His speed is ridiculous as he gets brought down. On 1st and goal, he will go in with another TD and said, y'all boys cannot stop me. But the final was 56-0, picking up another scholarship offer from South Carolina. With the first ever visit I went on being UCLA, this was the second visit I went to, and this is the South Carolina Gamecocks, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really feeling them at the beginning, but things started to kind of get a little better. I started playing pool and started to kind of feel like myself, but after seeing these classrooms, I wanted nothing to do with the South Carolina Gamecocks. I left. Going into our next game against Buena Park, it was time to shock the world once again. Jamal Juke Jackson will return this ball, and he said he wanted to hit it outside, and he could, and he almost, but he will get rallied. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a clipping call early and things weren't going our way, so I said that wasn't gonna stop me. Jamal Juke Jackson on 1st and 10 found a way and he could go all the way for 6. But when I tell you, bro, that ice bath has been Jamal Juke Jackson's favorite thing to use, because I'm telling you, he cannot get through these weeks. He's been absolutely hurt, and taking a year off of football is something extremely hard to do and hard to come back from. But he absolutely tries to get in for 6, but it's a flag every time because they do not want to see Jamal Juke Jackson beat the odds. But on 2nd and 16, he will hit it outside and say, you can't stop me. Push the ball back as far as you can, and I'm going to take it there every time. On 1st and 10, he will bounce it outside and said, I have one man to beat, and he will beat him to go in for 6. On 1st and 10, he could hit it up the middle, chicken and weaving, but he gets brought down. On 2nd and 2, he absolutely has a read option, breaks one tackle. He could and he would go all the way for 6. And Jamal was absolutely fired up. He is now a 5-star recruit, ended the game off for 8 total TDs. It was time to get it on. Dang, can y'all boys just imagine if the lady never said nothing to Jamal, he would not be playing football right now. But he picks up an offer from Washington State. Going into our next game against Colton, we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs each game that we play, and Jamal Juke Jackson absolutely having the time of his life out there. On 1st and 10, he absolutely made this defender miss, gets up the field and say, ha ha ha, catch me. And with him being a freak of nature, an athlete that could do anything, he catches the ball out of the slot receiver position and takes it up the field. But with him not having the greatest first half, juke and weaving, he was getting up that field. I'm not gonna lie, he has to have a better second half when he comes back out here, or things will not be good for him. No way you thought I was serious. Do you know who Jamal Juke Jackson is? Boom! He will absolutely run through you and get up the field with bad intentions. Boom! Get over you and absolutely make you get out of the way and make you want to quit football. On 2nd and 6, he absolutely follows his blocker and could absolutely go all the way. He had one man to beat, but guess what? He knocks him out of bounds. But on the goal line, he's just gonna punch it in and just look up to the sky and just say, hey mom, I'm doing it for us. But on 1st and 10, he could and he will go all the way for 6. And on 3rd and 1, he gets that ball again, and guess what? Look at the block, and I have the best O-line in the nation. High school football, you're in trouble, because I'm coming for everything that I could come for, and that national championship is going to be mine. He has game off for 8 total CDs, and absolutely receives an offer from Arkansas. But man, after all of these games, by now, you have to like Friday Night Lights, because Jamal Juke Jackson is going to come out here and put on a show. Going into our next game against Parkway, he will go for 6. And I'm not going to lie, by far, he might be the fastest in the country. And on 2nd and 10, he absolutely outrun everyone just to get that first down and more. Lowered his shoulder because he wanted all the smoke. And absolutely running outside to go in for 6 and dive in the end zone and stamps it because he said, this is my city. He has a read option and absolutely made these defenders miss. And look at him on the ground. Man, he got blocked up by my O-line. My O-line is about faster than me. But on 2nd and inches, he absolutely ran outside, and at this moment, he knew what it was. Boom! He got ran over. And on 1st and 10, I had another read option, and I will, and he could. Jamal Juke Jackson go all the way 4-6, and he was absolutely fired up. He said, I want some more. So getting it out of the backfield, he didn't get the ball, but guess what? We all eat. My teammate goes all the way for 6, and I was hyped for him. But Jamal goes on to get player of the game with 5 total TDs and picks up another offer from Auburn. But man, officially breaking up with my girlfriend, my heart was kind of hurt, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of wanted to quit football again and go back to trapping. I low-key liked the arguments, I ain't gonna lie to you, but it wasn't the best for me, and it wasn't gonna be the best for my family. That wasn't gonna be the way out for me and my mom. I wasn't gonna be able to provide for it, bro, and I'm supposed to be the one there for it. And I don't know if you know though, bro, but my mom, that's all I got, and me is all that she got, bro. Even though she do the crazy things that she do, I'ma make sure that I provide for it, man. And on 3rd and goal, running that touchdown, I said, Mom, that's for you. And on 1st and 10, I ran it outside, and he could, and he would go all the way. Jamal Juke Jackson is making everyone proud. He gets player of the game with 7 total TDs and picking up a dream come true offer from Ohio State. Phew, after having another great game and going to another game against HHSS. Dang, how do you say that school, man? I don't even know how to say it, but guess what? We still gonna whoop them. And on 1st and 10, Jamal Juke Jackson, he could and he would go all the way. Jamal was not playing this game. He said the speed that I have is like me running away from the cops. Y'all would not catch me. And on 3rd and inches, he would hit the sideline. Look at that block, man. As breaking tackles and still staying on his feet trying to go get it. And on 1st and 10, look at him catching his balance, going all the way out. So, ooh, he got shoestring tackle, but on 1st and goal, he would go in. On 2nd and 1, ooh, he tried to hurdle him, but guess what? He still went in for 6. And on 3rd and 6, he tried to catch it out of the backfield and drop the ball. That's really not his niche. I don't know why they like throwing the ball, because he can't do it. But Jamal will go all the way for 6 again. Gets player of the game with 5 total TDs, picking up another offer from Notre Dame. But bro, I don't think y'all know what time it is, bro. This is the round 1 of the playoffs. Going against Vacaville, and we get a flag, and I get all the way down the field. Jamal Juke Jackson was pissed off. But on 1st and 10, he said, I'm just gonna do it again, and boom! I'm gonna run through you this time, son. And I'm gonna try to take it to the crib. Even though I can't get there, but on 1st and goal, I will run it outside and run you over to get in that end zone. Jamal Juke Jackson is not someone to play with. On 1st and goal, he would go in with another TD and get up and say, this is my ball. I'm giving it to my mom. And on 2nd and goal, he goes in with another touchdown. And on 2nd and 1, this read option is OP. Nobody can stop it. All these high schools are trash, and we are going to take over. We will go to that national championship. It's win or go home. You know how they used to do like back in the day? If you lose, you go take it to the truck. So guess what? In Vacaville, y'all are taking it to the truck. As we're going to win the game, he gets player of the game with 6 total TDs and picks up a scholarship offer from Clemson. Going into our next game against Chino, we played them again, and on 2nd and 9, Jamal Juke Jackson will get up that field with bad intentions to start the game off and took it all the way to the crib. But on 1st and 10, he hit it right up the middle. I mean, this offensive line was blocking. And on 1st and 10, he hit it to the outside, and he tried to run through him. I ain't gonna lie to you, but guess what? He will find his way back to the end zone. And on 2nd and 2, he was juking and weaving, and oh man, he juked that kid out of his shoes. But on 3rd and 2, Jamal Juke Jackson said he didn't do enough. He wanted to do more, so he was juking and just trying to break tackles. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely gets up that hole, and he could and he would go all the way for 6. But on 1st and 10, guess what? He catches that ball out of the backfield again. He's finally catching the ball as he keeps dropping the ball back in the day, but he will fight for that end zone. And on 1st and goal, he goes in with another TD, and guess what? 3rd and 1, he catches another one. But on 1st and 10, he will hit it right up the middle, and he could and he would go all the way for 6. He gets player of the game with 8 total TDs, and guess what? He picks up an offer from Wake Forest. Bro, the dream is finally here, bro. After all those sleepless nights and all those times that I was out there selling on the street, bro, trapping and doing everything that I wasn't doing to be on that field, bro, I finally made it to the national championship, and we're playing at my dream school, UCLA. And on 1st and 10, Jamal Juke Jackson takes it to the crib in front of the scouts. And I mean, they were absolutely hyped up. I'm telling you, Jamal was hyped up himself, and he stayed in that mode all game because he said he is going to change his family's life. And on 2nd and 6, he absolutely runs it up the middle, and he had 1 man to beat. And will he do it? No, he will not. He would get shoestringed. But you think that stopped him? No, it didn't. He went in with another touchdown, and on 2nd and 9, he broke all the tackles up the middle and went all the way for 6. But on 2nd and 2, guess what? He goes in with another one. He gets player of the game with 6 total TDs. And guess what? He gets an offer from West Virginia. Man, it's been a long journey. But after all of the hard work, it was finally time to choose my decision. Jamal Juke Jackson will commit to Ohio State University. And man, just like that, I think I lost everything. Jamal Juke Jackson got locked up for shooting someone. Drop in the comments down below if you enjoyed this video and what will happen with Jamal Juke Jackson.